Got another update for the Pescador Pro 120 by Perception. Had the boat out yesterday, February 24th. It was 70 degrees, which is rare for where I am. And I wanted to try a modification I had made, because I really only have about 2 complaints with the boat. One is the stand-up fishability. As I've said before in other videos, you can stand up, but fishing standing up it's a little shaky. And the other was the seat height. And what Perception gives you is, if you notice, this is in the lower forward height. The bottom bracket is 3 1/4. Now when you switch to the upper height, you slide it back, it really only raises the back of the seat up. Notice the front of the seat is still 3 1/4. So I wanted to see, I knew the boat was stable enough I could have a little more height. So I wanted to see if I could figure out a way to get the seat a little bit higher. And I had a whole bunch of ideas, but I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. And what I found here worked really well was just using some PVC. And it's pretty simple, and the parts cost, I think, like $5. It was really cheap. And I just took 2 short pieces of 1/2 inch PVC, and I bought like 6 tees. And the overall dimension that I went with was about 14 3/8 maybe. And the last tees I cut off, the extra part, just to make it fit better in the groove. And the top tees, I just ripped it with a hacksaw. And luckily, these fit on this frame almost like a Lego. I mean, they pop on there, they snap in. You'll hear it. Just like that. And this raised the seat 3 inches. So now I have about 6 at the bottom bar. And you can use it like this. It's a very steep recline. Or I just took this piece of 1 inch and cut it, and you just put it underneath the bar in the back. It still lets you put the bungees, I run them inside here. And it's pretty secure. Even if you try and slide forward, it stays in its position. I was out yesterday, and unfortunately it was really windy, so it was like the worst day to try a seat that was higher, because it turned me into a sail and kind of pushed the boat. I ended up having to drop back down just to fight the wind. And but as far as stability, the boat handled it. I'm like 165, 170, and I didn't have any issues with my center of gravity being too high that I felt like, I might roll it. So I was really pleased about that. But I did notice another thing. Yesterday was like my 3rd or 4th time out in really high winds. And I noticed that the tracking of this boat is greatly improved by adding the weight to the front. And whatever gear you're taking, don't be afraid to load up the front here, because it makes the boat track so much better when you got some weight up here. And you definitely got to move the seat in the forward position and drop it down. You don't want to be high on a windy day and fighting the wind. But I figured I'd just share this mod because it was so simple. I mean, it's something that somebody can try for $5 if you don't like it. It's not like you spent a ton of money. And if you do like it, you got the advantage of being up another 3 inches higher and having a little bit better casting ability and seeing into the water and stuff. So just going to share this. If anybody can use it, or if anybody has any better ideas, let me know what you did to yours.